Hey.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Tres Segundo Tana.
I don't think that's...
Is that Spanish for 10?
No, it's the name.
We are back, friendos.
Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Dosage, episode 41. We took the week off last week.
We hope you guys enjoyed our episode for...
episode 40 Love.
40 Love.
40 Love.
Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis.
That game's a lot of fun. So, if you haven't watched that episode, go back and watch it.
I actually did get some positive feedback on that one, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Well, you should.
It was fun.
I wanted to. I started watching it at work today, and then I got 1,000 chats. And
We showcased pretty much everything in the game. So,
I mean, I liked the overlay. It was pretty dope.
yeah, it was an overall fun episode.
Solid. Like a rock.
But tonight, we're not going to talk video games.
No,
We're
sir.
going to talk wrestling. We have a lot to cover tonight. So we have some results to discuss from 3 different events. Technically 4.
Yeah.
And our preview / predictions for this Sunday's pay-per-view known as Extreme Rules. Can you describe what Extreme Rules is in 30 seconds, Eric?
It's a WWE pay-per-view event where all the matches are extreme.
I wish that was the truth.
Extremely sucky.
Oh!
You got it. Under 5 seconds.
Yeah, we did it. So, let's talk about going all the way back to last month.
Good lord.
Wow, that was a while ago.
It was.
2.
NXT Chi-Town, otherwise known as...
Oh, man, that was a
Chicago.
while ago.
It was. It was a few weeks ago now.
Well, that was such a good show, too.
It really was. Let's talk about why it was a good show with the first match on that card. We're not going to talk about the dark matches because those ended up being shown on the actual... I hope you didn't include...
Everything that was on that list got a thing.
So you got 1 and 2 on there? So,
Kai is 1.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we're not going to talk about them because we didn't get to watch them. So these were on the dark
man,
show.
I would have loved to watch that. I didn't know that was on the dark.
However, the dark matches are actually on the following episode of NXT, so if you watch those,
Then I missed
they
that
do
then.
show them.
Bianca Belair is badass, though. She is fucking amazing. And I do like Dakota Kai.
So
She's like the more fierce Bayley to me. Adorable, but badass, too.
So spoiler on these, they're dark show matches. They air the following episode after the pay-per-view or takeover event, if you will. They don't call them pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But they're a couple of the matches, and they do recaps of the actual event that was. So that happens after every takeover.
Right.
With this one, Bianca Belair defeated Dakota Kai
Yeah, she
in a
showed
singles
it.
match. The next one was the War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe on the left there. And the Mighty, you have Nick Miller and Shane Thorne.
I like Nick Miller.
War Raiders ended up winning this match here. It was a tag team match, obviously. Yeah, Nick Miller and Shane Thorne, they have potential. I think there really needs to be a revitalization of the tag team division.
I think across all platforms.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Not just NXT, but I'm saying the main roster specifically. We really need some more. But the show officially did kick off with this match. We had the Undisputed Era featuring Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong on the left there at the bottom with Adam Cole.
Baby!
So, they defeated Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch.
Is this the match that Oney Lorcan got injured in?
Did he get injured? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really. Interesting. I didn't know he got injured. So yes, I suppose that would be the match.
I mean, unless it was after this match. I guess we don't know. Oney Lorcan?
Yeah.
Oney Lorcan injury.
So this was a match for the tag team championships, the NXT tag team championships, which featured the Undisputed Era retaining them, but not without a little controversy and help of Adam Cole involved at ringside. They are one of those tag teams. Would you guys consider them heel? A heel tag team?
Who?
The Undisputed Era.
From what I've seen, kind of.
I would consider them
I think they're
Anti-hero.
anti-heel or anti-babyface, just like Stone Cold.
Yeah,
They're supposed to be heel.
Anti-hero.
Fans love
Anti-hero.
them.
That's what
Anti-hero.
That's what I said.
I thought you said anti-heel like I did.
No.
So yeah, I mean, because they're essentially being booked as villains here, right? The heel.
Yeah.
But the crowd loves them, and because of where they came from.
Yeah.
So
before we go any further, I'm going to read what they said about Lorcan. Lorcan suffered a broken orbital bone.
Ooh.
And he'll be undergoing surgery soon.
Yeah, that's going to keep you out of action for 2 to 3 months.
And
At
that did
least.
happen in the match versus Undisputed Era.
That's ultimately what happened to, what was his name now? Oh my god, Cruiserweight. The belt collector.
Come on, Trav. Use your words,
I'm
friend.
drawing a blank here. Wow.
What does he wear?
Close.
I mean,
Is it a lucha?
he's a
Is it not a
205.
lucha? Lorcha.
is he Lucha?
No.
Is it
he was-
Brian Kendrick?
No, he was on the pre-show and then left. He was the pre-show WrestleMania last year.
Is it? Did he get injured?
Mustafa Ali?
No.
Noam Dar?
No.
Black guy, white guy?
White guy. The belt collector.
You know who that is? I don't watch 205 Live.
Is it a jackal? It looks like a
He's
jackal.
no longer in the company. He left. He went to TNA. Austin Aries. Jesus Christ. Why was I not?
Wait,
That's
he
what
was
happened
the
to him.
he was the pre-show at WrestleMania?
Yeah, a couple years ago. 2 years
Oh.
ago. That's
Well,
why
you
he
said
left.
at WrestleMania, and I thought you meant this most recent
No,
one. And I was
last
like,
year.
that was
That's why he
Cedric
left the
Alexander and
company,
Mustafa
because they weren't
Ali.
paying him DVD dividends because they cut it from the DVD release.
Ooh.
These wrestlers make money off DVD sales with their
Oh,
contracts,
wow.
and they cut that from the DVD release.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was a big deal. That was part of him wanting to leave and a bunch of other backstage
You know who
things.
TNA has that I would love to see in WWE?
No one.
Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, well,
I do like her.
I mean,
She's a good wrestler.
sure, that's fine. I just got a lot of bad taste with TNA.
I don't like TNA at all. But she's the only thing because she was in the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah,
The first Mae Young Classic.
yeah. Which they just announced. You remember Caitlyn?
Yeah, she's coming back.
She's coming back for that.
You know who I wish would come to WWE too, but's not going to, but she's part of WWE UK? Toni Storm.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
The she put on a good match.
Yeah,
We'll
she did.
get to that. Yes. So ultimately, good find. It sucks that Lorcan has that injury.
Yeah,
Austin Aries was sidelined for that for months. So hopefully a speedy recovery in there.
Yeah.
That'll unfortunately derail any more momentum they had. But let's talk about the next match. This one to me was this. The show overall was great. Okay, it's hard to rank these things.
But this
On paper,
was...
this was a great match.
Yeah.
On paper it was great, and then actually turned out to be even better than what I thought it'd be. We're talking about Ricochet and Velveteen Dream.
I knew this match was going to be fucking
It's money.
fantastic.
It's money.
I cannot. Velveteen Dream was.
That.
Oh god, that was so good.
And it's just going to keep playing while you talk. So
fine.
strap in.
That's so good. First of all, Ricochet is a monster. That's cheesecake. That's not a monster. Velveteen Dream is one of those characters that I think has one of those off the wall gimmicks, like Tyler Breeze, kind of off the wall. It works here, but I think that it will work just as well on the main roster because it's not his mic skills and his charisma in the ring is way higher than Tyler Breeze's ever was in NXT.
You want my honest opinion?
Yes.
He'll get called over the main roster, and it'll be a flop.
No, you think the gimmick will be a flop,
Yes,
or you think he won't get booked properly?
both.
Why do you think it'll be a flop?
So the thing is, Tyler Breeze, huge success down in NXT.
Right.
It worked for that environment. The arena-style shows, it worked. We saw a lot of talent similar to that, including Velveteen Dream, do very well down here, but flop because they change things and tweak things when you get called up. Look at Fandango,
Who's that?
Raven.
Oh.
Yeah, because they don't know how to book people. That's essentially it. They don't know how to book.
But that's I'm not saying booking will be great. I'm saying his gimmick will transfer well. Whether or not he's booked well is a completely different story.
He has greater potential because of his aspiration and knowledge of the industry.
Right.
And he does have charisma.
Which does
but
come
he
through
needs-
in his gimmick, though.
He's young. He has a lot
He's
of
22.
Right.
I don't
He has a
see him
lot of
being
refinement.
called up anytime soon. I'm not saying anytime soon.
I would give him next year.
But that's sooner, or that's not as soon as I expected. With his run currently.
I'm sure.
But even so, I think it'll do well as a good heel.
It could, yes.
At first, he should be booked as a heel.
You gotta consider though, not just him by himself. You have to consider the atmosphere. Would he go to Raw? Would he go to SmackDown? And what else is happening with these characters right now on those shows? And where does he fit in?
I think he would fit in best in SmackDown.
I agree.
Better in SmackDown, yeah. It's the better show.
It is.
I absolutely think the huge thing.
It's the better show, but it doesn't have, in my opinion, the better.
Really?
It doesn't have some like no.
Go on.
Let me rephrase.
Finish that sentence.
Finish that.
I'm not going to
finish
say
that
better
sentence.
talent.
You were going to say better talent.
That's why I stopped myself. That's not what I mean. It doesn't have.
Go back. You can have Brock Lesnar. That's fine.
Ooh.
I'll take AJ Styles.
Oh, come on now.
It doesn't
you
have.
can't get mad because I'm right.
You were saying that my sentence was what I wanted, what you wanted me to say, but it's not.
I know you.
That's not what I was going to say.
Here,
And
while
that's
they're
why I
arguing,
did.
I just want to show you guys this because it's super neat. Oh no! Come on! Don't.
What I was going to say.
Is that your dick?
Yep, that's what it is. Oh, you broke the stream deck.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
What is that?
Look at it. Look at it. Oh, the glare is bad.
That is bad. It's out of focus.
You can see the GIF going on the stream deck though. It's just super neat.
What the fuck is automod?
Oh,
What is happening?
you said something inappropriate.
Right now, I wanted to get my sentence out.
You said something
Putting shit in
inappropriate.
my mouth because that's not what I wanted to
How
say.
is that out of the norm? You go on.
Moving on.
And you wonder why I don't do dosages anymore.
Tell them. Hey, the fans. They're the ones calling you out, not me.
They didn't say anything about it, about what I was going to say.
Well, not in front of your face.
And you don't know.
He said,
Wow, really?
That's our chat right now.
Anyway, I think SmackDown Live is the better show, but it doesn't have my favorite talent,
Who's your favorite?
Seth Rollins and The Miz.
Okay.
Well,
Fair.
Miz is on SmackDown,
No.
isn't he?
He-
Am I insane?
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Why was he on Raw? Or was he not on Raw?
What? He wasn't
No,
on
he
Raw.
wasn't on Raw. Why did I think he was interviewing Raw Tag Team, but it was
Team Hell No. Yeah.
Which is SmackDown.
Yeah.
I know, but why was I thinking that he was... Anyway, it doesn't have Seth Rollins.
That's fine.
That's fair.
It's not fine for me.
No, that.
You didn't kill the stream deck. You killed the stream.
How did I kill the stream?
When you were smacking my hand, you hit the button that took us offline. We went offline. I don't know how long we were gone, but we were offline.
We'll go back.
We're back on now.
We were still getting messages, though.
Yeah, because the chat persists.
Well, you have a video to edit together. You made the mistake.
I can't add stuff in.
Jesus.
Okay, so
I can't add what we were talking about.
Hold on.
One cohesive video is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Anybody can do
Right, which is why you're doing that.
So
Alright.
chat, chime in and let us know where we fell off in the
it.
conversation.
When I hit the thing,
I know, but what we were talking about when that happened.
we were talking about he
Who was on what
interrupted me.
roster?
He interrupted me in my sentence, and then it spent the next 25 minutes trying to interrupt me again, and doing
So-
very well at it.
Okay, go back to the intro.
Just start over.
Yep, start over.
Why don't we just start back over at the?
Just start over. We'll recap
Velvet.
with the undisputed, recap that, and then Ricochet. Fucking start over. Go back.
No,
No,
I'm not going back that far.
We're at
Yeah, Miz was on SmackDown. Ricochet beat Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream, I think, would make sense on SmackDown. I think as a wrestler, he'll get over. I think he'll get buried in the booking, but as a character, I think the audience would dig him up there just as much as they do in NXT.
Sure.
I think the gimmick will get over.
Okay.
I'm trying to read like the names on.
He'll
the
do
chat.
well. He'll do as well as No Way Jose,
Uh,
which is not doing well.
no,
Well, the
he'll do
crowd
be-
loves him.
He'll do better than. No way they do. He'll do better than No Way Jose, for sure.
I thought that of Tyler Breeze. I thought he was going to be something.
But when No Way Jose was in NXT, I did not enjoy his matches as much. Like I just didn't think they were as good as Velveteen Dream's matches are.
It's fair.
I ended up fast forwarding through all of his matches. Well, most of the matches, like fast forwarding through most of it. I just got bored. All he does is dance a bunch and then gets in the ring and mediocre wrestling.
No Way Jose, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason, I thought you were talking about Tyler Breeze.
No Way Jose.
No, Tyler Breeze was good.
No Way Jose's put on some good matches.
It's not because of him. It's because of who he's wrestling.
Anyway. Next match?
Okay. When you stopped that, did that also stop the recording? Or was it still recording?
No, the recording and the live go off at the same time. So
it did stop the recording.
yeah, the video is going to be missing whatever happened between when the button got pressed.
We'll find a way to stitch it together.
No, I mean, it'll stitch together just fine. It'll just be, there'll be a gap in conversation.
Whatever. Next one. Shayna Baszler, champion going in.
Is that how you say her name? Or is it Baszler?
Baszler. Whatever.
I was legitimately
Baszler.
Baszler.
I'm pretty sure it's Baszler.
Sure.
I enjoyed this match, but
She defeated Nikki Cross by submission.
the only reason why I enjoyed this match was because Nikki Cross was getting under the skin of Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, the emotions and the
Storytelling?
yeah, that was fine. Personally, I don't like either of these people. Baszler is fine. She's solidified herself as a fine champion for what they have in NXT.
I'm not a Nikki Cross fan.
I am not either.
But not because I just think
It's too much. Her character's too much.
yeah.
Well,
There's way too much craziness and not enough like legitimate wrestling.
Right.
she was with Sanity before they got called up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was fine as the filler in that faction. She added to what they were doing.
But on her own, it's just kind of
It is.
It's
what it is.
off-putting. The whole match was weird to me. I barely paid attention.
It was fine. Like you said, the storytelling was there. It was fine. Again, not the best I've seen from that division. Not the worst, but not the best. Baszler will do fine.
I think Baszler is on a trajectory to be a pretty decent wrestler.
She has potential. They
Yeah.
just really have to flesh out her character.
She
She can't be two-dimensional MMA fighter. And
That's
wrestler.
what I think. When she first started, she was very much like, I'm just going to do a lot of MMA stuff. And just that's all that I thought about her. She was just still that MMA person. But now she's kind of fleshing out her wrestling. Once she develops, I think she still has a ways to go, but you can see the progress. Thanks, Des. Yeah, you can see the progress with her.
She'll be down there for a while, as she should be. Our next match, we had the singles match for the NXT Championship, featuring the defending champion Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan.
This match is okay.
Ultimately, this match ended with Aleister Black retaining his belt, and I agree. This match was okay.
Yeah.
Aleister Black is good, but he ultimately is who he's going against, too.
Yeah.
Lars Sullivan.
He can carry a match to be decent,
Mhm.
but he needs that other half.
Yeah.
But I guess that's good. Or that's the same with any
Well, it's the same with any person, sure.
any really good wrestler. You still have to have if you're a good wrestler and you're fighting somebody who's okay, your match is gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're good and the other person's like okay, you'll elevate.
Well, you can elevate someone poor as well. But
Yeah.
the thing is, Lars Sullivan, he's another victim of, hey, we want you because you've got some decent skills, but you're ultimately a big guy.
Right.
And that's what I got. Did Lars just break his jaw? That I don't know.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure that is legit.
I don't know.
I didn't follow up on that.
Who's that? Trevor? She's
Yeah.
going to be overshadowed because Rousey, if she's called up to the main roster, because they're both the same character. Yeah, I think. I think Rousey has. She's more than two-dimensional. She has more dimensions.
They're booking Rousey very differently than that.
Yeah. They're not booking her as the force.
Well, they're just not booking her right now.
That's true. But with the Nia Jax match, Rousey was still. She wasn't booked like this force like Brock Lesnar was when he came in. He's booked as this badass force. She's booked as the underdog kind of. At least in that Nia match, because Nia was like, "You've never been in wrestling. This is your first singles match. I'm gonna roll over you." But then she kind of like overcame whatever big girl odds.
Our main event, which
I do agree with Desi though. He said as much as people don't like Cena, Cena elevates terrible matches into good ones all the time.
Yeah, we told you guys all who hated on him, including myself, that we'll miss him when he's gone, and he's pretty much.
I don't hate Cena. I love Cena.
I don't like the character of Cena.
Before we do move on to address what Raven asked and what he just said, everything I'm finding says that the broken jaw is an angle. It's not real.
Okay.
He was reported to have gotten his jaw broken during the match, and he definitely took a couple of bumps that could have done it.
Well, I mean, it sells the dominance more of black. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. The Google search results were like 75-25 that it was an angle. So.
Sure.
And then so main event.
Tommaso Ciampa defeated Johnny Gargano. So we have
so good stuff.
a 1-1.
We do. We need that rubber.
Mm-hmm. However, the man that ultimately pretty much stood tall here, in my opinion, was Gargano.
Yeah.
This match, yet again, was a brutal match with big spots. Another long match. The last one was roughly 40-some-odd minutes. This one was 35 minutes. Did it feel like that? No. These guys are entertaining to watch.
The only reason why it felt like that to me, that I knew it was like that long, was because I like paused it and I was like, God, how much time do we have left in the show? I was like, oh shit, this match is only 30 minutes so far? Like I paused it to see how much time was left and I was like, oh, okay. And then I knew from then on how long it was.
Yeah, I mean, watching it live, it's...
yeah, I didn't watch it live.
I mean, even if you don't, it doesn't matter. But again, these guys, in my opinion, are the best of the indies. And I say that because they're indie wrestlers. Why do I say that? These guys are 5'8" and 5'10", respectively. They're not big men. They're roughly 200 pounds, soaking wet. They're in great shape. They're in way better shape than I'll ever be. But they are no main event guy. You're not going to put them on the main roster and put them in the main event.
No, not on the main roster.
And that's the problem here with NXT. The people they are signing and scooping up from all these indie leagues are not big guys. You're talking the Undisputed Era. All those guys are under 5'10".
Yeah, they're very tiny.
All these guys, all these indie talents.
But I think there are certain exceptions. For example, Adam Cole.
He will never be booked as a WWE champion.
I feel like he could.
Not under Vince.
Not under Vince.
Well, I could see it in my head. Like,
well, sure, we could see
him.
it. We would love that because he has that potential. He has the charisma. He looks like Shawn Michaels. Well, he does. You can't deny that.
No.
And yes, I agree, 100%. He has what it takes to be the champ.
Yeah.
However, like Rob said, under Vince, he is not 6'6". He is not 280 pounds. He is not injecting himself with steroids. It's true. So Vince is like, who's this guy? You're fired.
Yeah. It's not that he couldn't do it, it's that he won't get booked for it, which is a completely different thing, but... What did you say? And what is Desi talking about?
I said they're tiny, tiny dudes.
No.
It's true, though.
Desi, you may be shorter than
Look at the
normal,
history.
But your personality brings you up to 7 foot tall, buddy.
Who are the smallest champions in the history?
Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is shorter, right?
Rey Mysterio is 5'6". Yes, he's shorter than Daniel Bryan.
Oh.
Daniel Bryan's only like 5'10".
Okay.
He's like 200 some odd pounds, 210, I think.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is like 180. So.
Huh. Yeah, but I love this match. I love both of their matches that they put on.
Yeah, again, they are fine where they're at. I am in no hurry to have them called up and get them lost in the shuffle. Would I love to see them on the main stage? Yes, but I am in no hurry to lose this charm we have because we've seen in the past we had so many people. Kevin Owens, he's had a really good run, but he had a better time down in NXT. Same with Sami Zayn, had a better time down there.
Do you think if they came up, if after this feud they kind of realized, hey, you're my brother, we should be DIY again, right? Just hear me out. If they be, this is like hypothetical. If they came up as a tag team, as DIY again,
Would they do all right?
Well, I think they would.
Well, yeah, you got the Bludgeon Brothers as champions. Of course they'd fucking do all right.
Yeah, no.
That's
But what I
God.
mean is
Ugh.
Until Sunday.
if they were able to,
Yeah, they're gonna lose it.
if they were able to be DIY for a while, and then
Sure.
run this angle again, it would still kill. I think.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
They did that same thing where in the Indies for years, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn feuded. They built that hype up into their first big rivalry in NXT. Big money. They had the backstory, personal home videos, and them, growing up together. Kevin Owens, skinnier, no beard. They ran the ranks 10 years together, best friends. And then he powerbombs them into the frickin' side. Starts this big blood feud, right? It worked out in NXT. What do? Bring it up to the main roster. They do that whole tie-up thing where they do this all the time. And the fans go crazy. Did you notice it got less and less interesting every time they tried to do that?
Yeah. I oddly want to say that I don't think you can compare that feud to this. Like, for me...
It's one and the same. It's almost identical if you swap them out.
No.
Storytelling
I mean, the
same.
storytelling is the same, but the emotion that I got from the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud like this is not even in the same universe.
See, I feel the same for both.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like this is on a whole nother plane.
I mean,
Like, you didn't see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn legitimately looking like they want to destroy each other to the point where they want to rip open the...
But you had
the
belts
ring.
involved, and then him coming down to congratulate him just to fucking stab him in the back.
Yeah, but...
That's dirty.
Yeah, but...
Like this, their rivalry came out of a tournament that they didn't win.
Did it come out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just off a tag team match.
Yeah, in the tournament, the tag team tournament.
Well, I thought the tournament... I thought there was a tag team match after the tournament that they didn't win again to win the titles. At the end of the tournament, I remember them sitting in the ring kind of like head to head.
maybe, but ultimately that's how they became a team.
Right.
With
Yeah,
from all
after the
that.
tournament is when they became DIY.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do not bring them up to the main roster, is all I'm saying.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not right now. Possibly never. It's just my opinion. So
It has
let's
to be the right circumstance and the right time.
truly, and we all know timing is not something that WWE does well. No. They do not know how to pull the trigger or strike the iron when it's hot, if you will.
Yep.
We'll get to that later in this show because there's a whole topic on Braun Strowman there. Anyways, Money in the Bank. Let's talk that show. The pre-show match. The dark... Well, no, it's pre-show.
No, it's
not-
pre-show.
Yeah. Bludgeon Brothers, champions, defeated Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Do not care.
See, that's the problem, too. What... Do you remember when they came here?
Who?
Gallows and Anderson.
Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking huge because they're like, oh my god, New Japan, they're going to team with AJ Styles.
Fester.
Sure. There was
Festus?
that memory.
Festus.
Festus.
Fester.
But the accomplishments that they did in New Japan, you don't even want to think about Festus and that whole gimmick because they're so much better. And
Well, Festus was
better
still in WWE, though.
right. He left and then did all that stuff. What are they now? What are they doing? They're getting jobbed at the 25th anniversary.
They're getting jobbed.
They're getting right. They're getting beat by the Bludgeon Brothers, the failed repackaging the Wyatt family
Yeah.
with stupid hybrid masks like it's Jason X. This shit sucks. They suck as champions, and Luke Gallows and Carl
I think
Anderson
you just
deserve
said. I think you just stop as they suck.
it. Sucks. It sucks. It sucks.
What really sucks is that they're not bad wrestlers.
No,
Eric
no.
Rowan is. I hate Eric Rowan. With the yeah, that's it. He's okay. I'm okay.
Well,
If I were as tall as him, I'd be okay too.
but even them together is not bad inherently. They actually do make a decent tag team.
They're just boring as
They are
piss.
absolutely boring. They needed Bray Wyatt to be interesting as part of the Wyatt family. They didn't have to do anything other than what they're doing now
Right.
to be interesting
him as the
because
mouthpiece.
they were being carried by Wyatt family.
And that was a whole failure of epic proportions. You talk about a group in NXT again. That was amazing. Brought it to the main roster, bigger scale, bigger production to what they're doing.
Brought us
And-
Braun Strowman.
Fucking Braun Strowman later in the Wyatt family run, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about the original trio, those packages, the promos, everything they're doing, all the hype, all the build. Even Bray Wyatt as a champion, fucking loses all the goddamn time. You're trying to sell me a product And then you're like, he sucks. But the very next week, and then, he sucks again. What the fuck are you doing?
They're not good.
What killed me about that was I wasn't watching at the time, but I was kind of loosely following because it seemed like they were about to recapture old school Undertaker and Kane with the Wyatt family.
The ministry.
Let me turn me back on while I say this. It really felt like
turn you off.
Yeah, you have that spot to me, man.
Or at least turn yourself on when you start talking.
I'm gonna turn you on.
It's in a different menu. Get off me. The point is, I loosely followed at that point because I was like, oh, this looks like it's going to start recapturing some of that really cool.
Does he like Harper in singles?
He was alright in singles.
I was going to say that, but I was waiting for this whole thing.
Wasn't he U.S. champ or Intercontinental?
It was one of those. I think it was the U.S. champ.
Well, but to close, because mine's not that long, I was loosely following all that crap because I was really excited to see them kind of recapture that magic, and then I heard that they were putting them in an angle against The Undertaker and Kane, and I'm like, okay, this can't be anything but awesome. And then the next thing I hear is that they threw the whole angle away over a weekend. Basically, they were like, oh, we kidnapped Undertaker and Kane, their powers are mine. And then The Undertaker and Kane just came back out like, nope. And it's like, okay, I get it. The Undertaker's been around for an eon. He gets to kind of do whatever he wants. But, like, don't let him Nash up the place.
Now, going back to what Desi said, Harper in singles was actually... He's a good wrestler on his own. I think he's in the same vein as Braun Strowman, where he just kind of gets pulled down, in a sense, by factions. Because I didn't like Luke Harper when he was wearing the white t-shirt. Looked like a scrangly grossness.
Like a hobo.
But when he cleaned up, he pulled his hair back. He wore that black
he
white
looks
beater.
like he got in better shape, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he
from
does.
his injury.
Well, I guess with the white t-shirt, too, it was a lot looser. So it didn't...
You didn't shape.
Yeah.
Because he's got a tight frame. He's big dude, but he's got a tight frame.
Yeah.
It's weird describing that, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's okay. I do like Luke Harper as singles, but
I feel like... away? What do you do?
Kurt broke his neck and needs some tender, dirty attention.
His freaking neck. Get it right, his freaking neck. So, yes. Enough on a rant about these guys because this could go on forever. Yeah.
Speaking of things that we could rant about being awful forever.
And we don't have to anymore because Daniel Bryan defeated Big Cass.
Who?
Bye. You can't teach that. This dude sucked.
Top to bottom, the only reason that he was ever interesting was Enzo.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're a big dude. You put on okay matches. You were better as a tag team. Whatever.
I don't know if that's a
typo or an
autocorrect or on purpose, but Lash Key is really funny.
I do like Lash Key.
But yeah, can we get off this match because I don't like talking about it.
So if you didn't know, Future Endeavor happened by Big Cass. Daniel Bryan can finally move away from that feud that went on for God fucking too long.
Speaking of shitty feuds that went on for too long.
So let's talk about another feud that went on for too long, which segued into another bad feud. But anyway, Bobby Lashley defeated Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn is out for the next 9 to 12 months with injury. So he's going to be not on camera, which is fine with me because he annoys the shit out of me with his...
You're just mad because everyone says you look like him.
That's fine. That's a compliment. He's a decent-looking man. He's cool. But he's fucking annoying, just like me. And two dudes that are annoying don't like each other because they're annoyed at each other. That's why Eric doesn't like me, because he's fucking annoying.
Really starting to be a dick today.
This is good for ratings. Yeah. Trust me. I'm bringing it back. Don't worry, I'll make you breakfast in the morning. Cool. Anyways.
Onto a feud that just made no sense.
A feud didn't make any sense, but ultimately a guy that is getting a lot of stock interest from me. That man is Elias. He was defeated, unfortunately, by Seth Rollins in an Intercontinental Championship
Another
match.
one who's not a terrible wrestler, but just needs...
Elias is fine. He's good.
Yeah.
I
I hope they keep booking him well. Better than this
What
week.
does WWE stand for?
Walk with Elias.
Dude, he's got charisma. He's got decent wrestling. He can get even better. He can improve upon his character. I think
I'm just gonna put
maybe
myself
not
back
main
in.
event, but mid-card champion.
He's on the trajectory to be decent, really good.
Yeah. I like where they're going with him. I think Elias has a lot of potential. I get annoyed by his entrance music for Zayn.
Oh,
it's the ska thing. Like,
I'm gonna need you guys to calm down. I actually really like both Sami Zayn and his entrance theme.
Yeah, you can go to hell.
Yeah, you go to hell and you die.
So, let's talk about one of the best matches on this card.
We won Enzo.
No.
Thanks.
No, we're not bringing that up. This rap game sucks. The women's ladder
it was
match.
so good. So good.
Who won?
Me. All of us.
All of us won.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, Alexa Bliss won the briefcase.
God. As soon as she won this, I was like, she's going to do it.
Yeah, no.
She's gonna
I
do it.
100%. The minute she grabbed that briefcase, I was like, well, I know how this pay-per-view ends.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about predictions on this, and I don't believe that any of us truly predicted Alexa Bliss to win this thing.
No.
We got to start writing our predictions
We
down.
do.
Yeah.
Go back and watch our last episode and see how we did.
We don't remember when that was.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But looking back, it's easy to look back in retrospect now on things, right? When things happen, you get a moment to digest, which is ultimately nice that we get to do these recaps because we're digesting not just the event, but the fallout and the events after it.
Hashtag DWMO for life
It's true for life.
in her picture. Right
Deserving.
above her shoulder.
Oh,
Deserving it. It was a great match, great storytelling. Every single person in this match had potential of winning it, and you could see them win, except for Lana. She didn't. But every other person.
Lana is the best.
No.
Lana number one.
No, fucking terrible.
You're just mad because you don't like Rusev.
Because Rusev sucks.
Rusev is the best. Rusev number one.
We're going to get to Rusev in a minute here. So, yes, I mean, thoughts overall. Again, one of the best matches on the card. So, that's my opinion.
Yeah, it was a good time. And no James Ellsworth
Not yet.
in that match.
Stop it. Our next match, which was when I just wiped my ass for 15 minutes with barbed wire.
I took a nap.
Oh, I fast forwarded through this.
I did actually watch it, and I don't know why I put myself through it, honestly.
I watched it live. I couldn't fast forward time, but I was
I watched
trying
it. I didn't. I don't watch these live anymore.
Well,
The only one I'll
That
watch
was the
live
weekend-
is Mania and SummerSlam Mania.
that was the weekend Kevin and Trevor actually stayed through so that Trevor and I could watch it together.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well,
I did watch it live.
Roman won. He beat the hindered.
Okay, next
color
match.
everybody just shocked.
This is fucking terrible.
But
Our next match was for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Carmella, our defending champion, against Asuka. And Asuka got Asuka.
Two Oscars?
Yeah.
What?
How is that? So, the booking of this was terrible.
What?
Because
James Ellsworth!
James Ellsworth is back.
and everything about that has been awful.
Everything about James Ellsworth besides
Can't
his
get rid of my shit.
single match.
Yeah, I
with
can't do
Braun
it either.
Strowman when he became a thing.
Yeah.
that was why
He was a
he's-
jobber.
Yeah, right. So, why they're bringing him back defeats any progress they made with Carmella as
Champion.
A legitimate champion, yeah.
deflates all the momentum. It's bad television again.
Yeah.
And it diminishes what she is because her original Money in the Bank victory was 8 of him.
Yep.
Like, you want to make her legit, or you want to make her just this cheap,
Well, and
cheap
what
champion?
sucks about it is that she was actually pretty solidly
She was improving.
on her way to being legit. Like,
She's not a terrible wrestler.
no, and I bought.
She's no
I didn't.
Lana.
I didn't like, but I bought her victories up to that point.
Well,
Even if they were heel victories, which
Heel victories,
are
yeah.
acceptable.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Like they made sense for her character. I was like, okay, that sucks, but I get it.
yeah, the booking of this is bad, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
come SummerSlam, I think they're taking the belt off her.
You better.
So, well, how?
Well,
Might be even be sooner.
yeah.
Next match on the card, we finally saw the end of this rivalry.
Thank God.
AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match.
Honestly, I fast forwarded this one.
It
was
made
a long match.
well, and it made
was
me
over 30 minutes.
it made me mad that my reaction was thank God the rivalry's over because this should have been phenomenal.
It should have been the,
Ha-ha.
well, it should have been the highlight
should have
of
been.
the summer.
It absolutely should have been.
And it was weeks after weeks of dick punches and kicks
Yep.
that I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing? So,
Well,
and
yeah, but
yes,
it wasn't
we
the
did get his
feud.
match on the SmackDown again. Sure, they returned to it, but it's not continuous of this feud. It's not ongoing.
Yeah.
It was a one-off.
Yeah. Well, didn't it? This was one of the ones that turned into a tag match, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine. AJ Styles still champ. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Shinsuke has other things to do now, which we'll talk about. But it's
I mean, it wasn't a terrible match. It really wasn't. But
because both talent are great, but
yeah,
the storytelling is what ruined this. Round.
It really did. Absolutely tanked it.
It was a weird way to make him heel.
Yeah.
Our next match,
we did get a really good theme out of it, though. I have to give that his new theme.
Speak English.
That was funny. So our next match was for the Raw Women's Championship.
Because I don't have any control over the timing on this, I'm going to let you talk for a minute before I put it up. Because it's multi-part.
Oh, okay.
So
we saw Ronald
Rousey.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald Rousey.
Now I want to see Ronald McDonald.
Rousel.
You want to see what?
I want to see Ronald McDonald wrestle Nia Jax now.
Oh.
Pornhub.
Oh.
So, whatever.
Cloud and finish.
I was going to say, wouldn't that be Ronald McDonald wrestling Grimace?
Oh. I like Nia Jax, dude.
I'm a bully. What are you going to do? Give me the belt?
Ooh.
Because that's what happened. Ronda Rousey defeated Nia Jax by disqualification. How? How did she get disqualified?
I don't know.
Did someone come down?
Must have. No, it was probably...
With a briefcase?
Oh.
And hit Ronda Rousey? Giving her the win?
Not once.
But multiple times. Why would she attack Ronda Rousey? That ends that match.
What does she have? What does it say on the thing?
Money in the tank?
Must be. There's no way she would cash in her money in the bank.
Money in the bra.
Honey in the stank?
I'm positive that's not what it said.
Could.
I mean,
you don't know.
I'll find out.
I'm no English professor. English professor.
That's racist stuff.
You're racist stuff.
Yeah, Vince.
So, she took Ronda Rousey out of the equation, wiping her off the mat.
Wiping her butt.
And then began attacking Nia Jax, bullying her. Wow. Well, she then cashed in. And she is our champion again. Rightfully so, because I'm sorry, Nia Jax, you're not a great champion.
She's by far the best women's champion.
That's why they keep giving her the belt.
Since Charlotte. Charlotte and her...
Sure.
Well, and it was a great moment in time when they were both the champion for...
Yeah.
Good stuff. That was back at the Rumble. Because they got to sit and watch the Rumble.
Yep.
So, let's talk about our main event. The Money in the Bank. Featuring prominently in the center there.
Your winner.
Your winner. Braun Strowman defeated all these schmucks.
Including the surprise New Day entrant.
We thought it was going to be Xavier. That's who my pick was to get in there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Xavier too.
But ultimately we saw Kofi. But our
victor
was Braun Strowman. Some of the storytelling...
Oh, man!
Some of the
my first Mania.
First Mania.
It's not Mania.
You were wrong.
Oh my god. Do you remember? I was here, we were watching a pay-per-view. I can't remember which one, but oh god, this makes it even worse that it was a Roman Reigns match. But in the background, somebody had a sign up. Do you remember what it said?
What, a blue blazer?
No, it said...
The blue blazer landing zone?
Oh, what did it say?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's on camera.
Roman is a Holocaust supporter or something.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I have to find it.
So... Braun Strowman had some funny spots.
Yeah, Desi, for real, it didn't matter.
Off the start of the match, for some reason they all ran up to this stage to get ladders and buried Braun in the ladders.
Which was comical.
I liked it. It was a good spot.
And then they left him there for a while.
Ultimately, he got dragged out by holding on to Finn Balor when he was trying to drag a ladder up. Again, good spots in this match. A lot of holy shit moments.
Oh, when he threw Kevin Owens off the ladder.
Yes.
It was dirty.
I thought Kevin Owens died.
Yes. Ultimately,
but he did.
The right person did win this thing.
I agreed, and I'm actually surprised that was the case. That was my pick, just because I wanted it to happen. But
so let's talk about what has happened since him winning it. Why is he not making demands to have Brock Lesnar show up?
Who? He doesn't want to go to any UFC events.
Who?
With Brock Lesnar, the guy that's showing up.
Bork Laser
in UFC
to pick fights.
Fight Daniel Cormier.
Instead of here.
Where
he already
which
has
he's
the
not
belt.
cleared until January to fight in the UFC. So,
Thought it was December. It doesn't matter though.
regardless, what are you doing holding hostage the... How do you know what the name of the belt is in?
Universal Championship,
sure,
I think.
the WWE Universal Garbage Championship red belt that's annoying and stupid. That one.
It is ugly too.
Why have you waited this long to push Braun when you could have pushed him last summer and taken the belt away from Brock Lesnar, who does not deserve the belt? Your poor booking with this belt is diminishing all value and credibility to it with someone not even showing up, and then having it go from Kevin Owens to Goldberg to Brock Lesnar.
Who?
Wait, I thought it went from Kevin Owens to Lesnar to Goldberg to Lesnar. Because I thought Goldberg won it from Lesnar.
No,
Goldberg beat Kevin Owens at the pay-per-view before Mania. He went to Mania, lost to Lesnar.
Huh. Okay.
It's history.
I need to find that.
Can't change it.
Picture.
So, what are you doing, and why is Braun Strowman being booked this way? He's in comedy acts. He's bullying Kevin Owens now, who's no longer a prize fighter, but a little bitch that goes and cries to people for help and then gets put in porta-johns.
Actually,
What has happened? Sure, comic spots. Sure, okay, if that's where you're going.
well, no.
Because
I was ultimately going to go there. I think Braun Strowman actually kind of nails the comic spots, and I think it's awesome. Hold on. I think it's awesome that he has that range, that he can switch from the monster to the Cookie Monster.
But it makes his monster.
It does diminish
less.
the monster a lot.
Well, it's like what they did with Team Little Big back in the social media thing when they were doing the tournaments. You remember that
Him and
episode?
well, I didn't see any of that, but I know what you're talking about. What I was going to say though is that it actually irks me a lot the direction they've been taking Kevin Owens.
That's what I mean. It's hurting him terribly. It's hurting
And not even
both
just
of them.
this. I'm talking like from the moment him and Sami Zayn came over to Raw.
No, it's done nothing.
From that jump, though, they were like, no, we get to be here because Stephanie said so. Not because they earned it or because they're worth watching or because they're good wrestlers. No, Stephanie said so. And that's just been his angle ever since.
Ultimately, this is saying something, too, because if you know me, I've never been a Kevin Owens supporter. But
I lied. It says Roman is a Holocaust denier. Oh, it's backwards.
Hold on.
Flip it.
turn your phone around. Hey, look, it was magic. You turned it away, turn it back. Is that how you spell denier?
I think so. Yeah.
That looks weird.
And
It
that's
does.
That's him on top of somebody.
just balls deep in someone's face.
Yeah, that was a legitimate sign.
Look that up.
Is that
how
the
you spell
Undertaker?
denier?
Is that him and Taker?
Yeah, that's him and Taker.
Oh,
That's him and Taker at Mania.
just balls deep in Taker. What
Someone spelled
even?
So
DIYer.
that ultimately concluded Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it's DENIER.
Is it?
Yeah.
It just look weird all caps.
It does look weird. It looks weird regular. It's a weird word.
That's a good word. I'm a denier that that's the spelling. So
Zing.
back on June 18th on a Monday, we saw United Kingdom Championship Tournament.
Who? You gonna spend a lot of time on this?
Are we or are we not?
I don't know. I didn't watch the tournament.
I mean, there's 18 total matches across both days.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot.
We can
I didn't
skip
watch
the
any of it.
tournament.
No, I got a lot to talk about. About 45 minutes per match.
Okay, I don't have match cards because for some damn reason there were no match card pictures for this entire tournament.
That's fine.
So all I've got is winners. So you tell people and I'll put the winner up
So
when we're
Amir
ready.
Jordan, Dark Show. This wasn't aired. Dark match, rather, not Dark Show. Amir Jordan defeated Joseph Connors in a single match. We had, in the opening, a quarterfinal matchup. Zach Gibson defeating who we all know, Gentleman Jack Gallagher. He's great. Ultimately, just unfortunately stuck in 205 and will never do anything because 205 is just meh, in my opinion.
I agree.
But Zach Gibson went on in the tournament. We then went to another quarterfinal match. Joe Coffey, and whoever came up with his name is not legit. Joe Coffey. Come on. That's freaking Awesome.
It should have been Express Joe. Hey.
Well, my ratings just went down. So
I
that's someone
need-
left.
Wow.
I'm watching it.
He defeated Dave Mastiff.
Well, that's not me.
He should have been Bull Mastiff, am I right?
No.
No, you're stupid. Somebody left.
Ow.
So, our next one was Flash Morgan Webster, which that's fun. I like this guy.
Yeah.
I don't like his name.
His name, okay, but his attire and gimmick, very
London.
very London mod kind of.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was really neat.
It reminded me of like the 1970s.
Very 70s, yeah.
Kind of like Austin Powers-ish. Well, like maybe 70s London rock, like the Clash kind of.
Kind of.
At Demon Head?
He defeated Jordan Devlin. He moved on. We had Travis Banks, which is not related to Sasha Banks. Defeated Ashton Smith. This again was another pretty good match, probably one of the better ones in the quarterfinals. We had then Tony Storm defeating Killer Kelly and Isla Dawn, which I thought this was a pretty solid match. I had never heard any of these people going into it.
You didn't know Tony Storm?
Did not know Tony Storm.
I saw her in the Mae Young Classic.
Okay. I mean, I watched it, I just didn't remember like every person from it.
Yeah.
I only remembered a few people. Tony Storm, Kairi Sane.
I remember Kairi Sane, yeah.
Shayna Baszler, because she's at that time she was a
Baszler.
Baszler exposition. Moving on.
Tony Storm, yes, impressive. Zach Gibson.
That joke was so bad somebody came back.
See, that's how you do it. Zach Gibson defeated Flash Morgan Webster by submission in the semifinals.
A lot of these pictures looking a little bit the same here. There was Mr. Gallagher there.
Yep.
Goodbye, Mr. Webster.
Travis Banks defeated Joe Coffey.
Oh,
So no
with a
more-
boot to the head.
No Joe. We then had a 6-man tag match, British strong style, which I found this is interesting. You had Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Trent Seven.
Say Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne, Pete Dunne,
Pete Dunne. I'm pretty sure it's done.
whatever. I'm done.
Are
I'm
you
terrible.
sure you're not Dune?
I don't know. I'm done with pronouncing names. These two were rivals when the beginning of this the UK belt was a thing.
Yeah, Pete Dunne and
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate, yeah.
Being Tyler Bate was the champ. He lost it too. So I found it interesting that they're working together. Obviously, we don't get to watch a lot of their programming, how they're doing things, but ultimately they're creating, as you were saying before,
NXT UK.
NXT UK out of this. So we're getting more international things, and I truly hope they don't keep them region specific. I want this on the network. Like I want to be able to hop over and see other organizations. So
Yeah.
much like if they do expand with the Saudi Arabia thing, they showcased. Remember at the British Royal Rumble, there were people. There were 4 people, I think it was, that were showing off that were signing.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think it was 4.
It was
So,
four.
yeah. So like, put that on the network, and if you get interest, throw them over to the U.S.
Have 'em-
roster.
Even if they just pop over once in a while, at
Right.
least, you know.
At least have name
Or
value.
for like, pop over, do some promos, show up on a takeover.
Right, do something with them. So
You know what I found interesting and confusing about this match? Is this trio was called British Strong Style, but then sans Pete Dunne, the group name changes to Mustache Mountain?
They were Mustache Mountain before.
No, I know, but like, that threw me off when I was going through this because I don't know any of these UK guys. I knew who the Undisputed Era was from watching NXT, but... Are you just eating peanut butter?
you got gelato.
Oh.
You ate cheesecake. You wonder why you look the way you do.
Bitch,
Wow!
I'm like half your size.
I'm talking about you're breaking out on your face, getting all this oily shit. What's that? What's going on here? You have 2 eyes and stuff?
You have 2 eyes. Anyway, I just thought that was funny, and it threw me off a little bit when I was image hunting.
Anyways, they defeated Undisputed Era and which is a pretty good match. Again, when Undisputed Era shows up, they do some things. True. The main event, though, to determine the number one contender for the United Kingdom Championship, Zach Gibson defeated Travis Banks by submission. So again,
Oh wait, no, that's not it.
I mean, it's pretty.
Oh wait, no, that's not it either. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, pretty much all the same.
It's easy for you to get that wrong.
So, this guy likes submissions.
A little bit.
One
Little bit.
submission. It's all the same
To
submission.
rule them all.
One submission to find them.
The next day, June 19th, was the actual NXT UK Championship show. So the tournament was done. That was the day prior. And they didn't even show it all. They showed the larger bracket, I think it was 16, on social media. So you could have watched that on Facebook.
Oh, I wondered what that was because I saw a bunch of those matches being posted to the Facebook account, but then I was like,
Yeah.
"You're just trying to build hype? What's going on here?"
Well, essentially, it was building hype.
Well, yeah, but like I thought it was still going to be on the thing. Is what I meant.
No, it was live on social media. So
Speaking of live, but dark.
we're live.
That's true. I hope.
Ligero, I don't know how you say this. Ligero. Ligero.
I think it's
Defeated-
Ligero because he's a lucha.
Yeah. Defeated Mike Hitchman. Don't know either of these people.
Yep. Just butt cheeks all up in his face.
Yep. I'd tap. So, Mustache Mountain, which you guys were just talking about,
Yep.
dethroned the Undisputed Era of their titles.
Yoink.
What? So, yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. No longer champion.
Womp womp womp
However,
womp.
spoiler alert, for those who are not caught up on NXT, this week on NXT, don't worry, we got the belts. So, next match, Charlie Morgan defeated Killer Kelly. This was a decent match.
Don't know either of these people. I know Killer Kelly was in a previous match.
Yeah. A fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for the WWE United Kingdom Championship was with Travis Banks, Flash Morgan, and Mark Andrews. Noam Dar made a surprise return and actually won the match. I was shocked to see him back. He was a standout if you've watched 205.
You know what? He's a good wrestler. There's one thing I very much dislike about him. It's he panders to the crowd way too much.
Yeah. The only highlight was with him and Alicia Fox. That's all I remember of his run,
Yeah,
to be honest. Fox.
It looks like he's flipping the crowd off.
Alicia Fox.
You guys see what I'm talking about here?
No.
He does look.
It looks like he's flipping the crowd off.
Yeah.
might.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He might be.
It's Britain. It means peace among worlds.
Does it? I don't think that's right.
Just ask Rick.
I don't believe you.
We had an NXT North American Championship, which again I think is the dumbest belt that was added.
Why? It's just like the U.S. title.
Right? Why do you need a North American? Like,
Why do you need a United Kingdom?
Why do you need a universal? If we keep asking these questions,
Why do you need a Universal?
That is a great
The
question.
show seems to be doing fine without it for the last however long.
17 months.
yeah.
Yikes. So we had Adam Cole.
Baby.
Thank you.
I was looking at this because he looks like a praying mantis about to hop on somebody.
The best part of that is you know why he's got his hand up like that.
He's about to smack him in his butt.
It might happen.
He's gonna hit himself.
He defeated Wolfgang. Who the fuck is Wolfgang?
That guy.
I'm pretty positive that's just Raven. Nobody.
It's not Raven.
Desi said European Championship.
Yeah, the European. What the
Yeah.
fuck was that? There are a lot of bad belts. Light.
What do you mean?
light
What was that?
Cruiserweight.
Zero Brown?
No, back me up here,
Now.
Eric and Travis. You should know what I'm talking about. Look at him,
Who?
Wolfgang.
What is he doing?
Looks like Pat.
Does he look like that?
A little bit, yeah.
You work with the guy.
I don't see him.
You said you've talked to him face to face.
I have.
We're gonna fight.
I wasn't looking at his face. Looking at his
Moving on.
Wow, that's just insensitive.
He do right there in
I
that
am
picture though a
insensitive.
lot.
His titties do look like that, yes.
This is
We
a match I
had-
want to go back and see.
NXT Women's Championship.
Wait, what?
Shayna Baszler. Nope, I skipped one.
You did, you
Tag
dick.
team match. Aleister Black, Ricochet defeated EC3 and Velveteen Dream.
It was actually a good match. I'm not a huge fan of EC3. Not because he's not good or anything. I'm just not a huge fan of his character.
Did you watch him in TNA?
Didn't watch TNA.
Okay.
So it's like they're pulling over his gimmick from TNA that I don't have any familiarity with.
A very small part of his gimmick. Yeah. His persona, yes.
Persona.
Gimmick, no. There was more to it there. They can't use it because TNA. And the characters that are not with him, so it wouldn't work. I like EC3. He was a contender in NXT back before it was a show.
Who was? Sorry.
EC3.
Oh, yeah.
And they cut him. But he's back with a haircut and a better body. Aleister Black, again, we already talked about our thoughts on him. Ricochet talked about thoughts on him. Velveteen Dream. Again, you put these four in a match, you got money. It was a good match.
It was.
Really good match. Our next match was the NXT Women's Championship, which I was jumping ahead to. Shayna Baszler versus Toni Storm.
Bay Sizzler.
Pretty good match.
I liked it until the end. Count out victory.
Oh, yeah, I didn't like that. It was a cop-out, if you ask me.
It was weird ending.
Yeah.
Very weird ending. I don't know if I would have done that. I get that you don't want to diminish the value of your UK talent in UK, but at the same time, you are going against the champ of NXT, and she needs to assert her dominance.
Part of me was super hoping in the same vein as Tyler, the Mustache Mountain, since winning the tag team belts, they would have to come over to NXT to defend them. I was hoping that Toni Storm would win, therefore bringing her over to NXT.
I didn't see her winning, but I didn't.
But that's what I was hoping because I want to see her in NXT.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. I don't see her winning to get there, but I just don't like the ending of the match. The match itself is fine. The main event was Zach Gibson challenging Pete Dunne already for the title, the United Kingdom, and yeah,
It weirds me out that he bites the belt like that.
I like it because it's his thing.
It's his thing, yeah.
It's kind of like how I liked when Dolph Ziggler came out and he had the Intercontinental belt backwards, and when he would turn around, he would turn the belt with him.
You just love watching his ass.
Shake, yeah. Rattle and roll, baby.
I actually really like Dolph Ziggler in general. Am I drunk? I like Dolph Ziggler in
my General Tso's chicken.
Wow, we just no longer can.
Viewership dropping again.
Do we have anything else to talk about after this match?
Yeah.
Now for the UK.
Not for the UK. We have all our predictions.
UK's done. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Are you trying to go?
He's got people to do, places to
I gotta eat and pee.
see.
You don't got no money.
I gotta go home and eat.
I offered you cheesecake, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna eat cheesecake
He did.
for dinner. We're gonna talk about this movie.
I got gelato.
Hey, listen, here's what we're going to talk about instead of this bullshit is we're going to talk about Extreme Rules. Get your shit together.
Okay.
We're waiting on you.
You ain't waiting on me.
Y'all
I'm waiting
got
on
the
y'all.
You follow the rabbits.
All right, so here
So
we
this
go.
is no. Wow. That fucking show sucked. So special start time again, 7 o'clock.
Hey, producer seducer, you want to write down our predictions?
I sure don't.
You probably should.
Just make a note. Take out your stylus.
Yeah. AJ's stylus. So, 7 o'clock. That means the pre-show's at 6. Fucking 5 hours of wrestling.
Guess what I'm
everything.
doing?
Not watching?
Watching it, not live.
Yeah. That's a long show now.
It's a pussy move, Eric.
It's a long show.
Disappointed in you.
I spend time with the lady, and when she goes to sleep, I fast forward through 90% of the interview.
Just make her watch it with you. It's what I do.
Okay. I
Pin her
also
down.
want to get laid eventually.
Hang around. You can do that while you're watching.
Bitch, I got 2 kids. Act like I don't get laid.
Don't act like you can't get done during a Roman Reigns match.
I can definitely get Pete done.
Gross.
Get your Pete done. Pete and Pete.
I just have to reins it in, you know.
Roman for that one. Anyways.
Listen, keep coming to me. I'm going to start putting up a shield.
Okay, time for a new day. Yes, it is.
Listen, you're going to piss me off. I'm going to burn it down, right? This place.
You're
Then they're
bullying-
going to spell it out for you.
You're bullying me. Wow, seriously, you don't make me do shit, Robert. You got fucking Robert.
This match was insane.
You're in trouble. This match looks insane.
Haha.
So New Day versus Sanity. Sanity's going to win this because New Day is just going to probably eat pancakes because that's what they're doing now.
Yeah, Queen.
I'm really disappointed in what they're doing with New Day.
Yep.
Because they're just kind of hanging on to what they are. When they
The only good thing that I've seen with the New Day recently was the
pancakes.
No, New Day and the Golden Elite, the Street Fighter V match with them and Kenny Omega and
yeah, but that's
Bucks.
not even on TV.
Omega.
But I'm saying like them as the programming of how they're being written.
No, I know, but that's what I mean.
Well, sure, yeah, that's fine. They're doing great there. They always have. But Sanity wins this. Okay.
Eric?
Sanity.
And I'm not even really big on Sanity, dude. Honestly, Eric Young talking annoys the shit out of me. Did you get punched in the throat for 5 years straight?
No, he smoked 1,000 cigarettes.
Or that?
You know what I hate about Sanity is how Wolf looks like fucking grown-up drug addict Butters. I just, every time he's on the screen,
Holy
I'm like,
shit.
somebody cracked that egg.
Holy shit.
Did you not ever notice that before?
Nope.
Does he have a bottom bitch?
I think he is the bottom
I think
bitch.
Killian Dane would do great on his own.
Better.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what, Desi? I'm going to kind of agree with you there. Big E is a solid talent. And
I can't wait for Big E to go back on his own.
And yes, wasting a talent they have. Big E should have been a champ.
they should have put him in the match, and he should have won Money in the Bank.
Oh my god, he should have been champ. Big E is amazing. So, moving on. Again, these matches are not in any specific order of the show. They most likely are very different. But let's talk about the Extreme Rules match for the Raw Women's Championship. We have yet again Alexa Bliss defending against Nia Jax because there's no one else to put in matches.
It's going to be Alexa Bliss. Moving on.
Of course. What the fuck are they doing? So,
Are we all voting Bliss here?
Bliss.
Yes.
All right. I'm not even putting names on that one. I'm just marking it and moving on. And that kind of makes me mad too because they did all of that build up to put Nia Jax over, and then threw that right in our faces by immediately making her the bully that she was beating out of Alexa.
Well, they did that. They threw a curveball to kind of space out with inserting Ronda Rousey in there to break up the monotony to only go right back to the same story again.
Desi, you're just wrong, okay?
Why you say Boo Bliss? Who are you?
She is not Boo Bliss.
Noob and Co. Hello.
Yo, what up?
Noob and Co.
Noob and Company.
Welcome to the 3-second tan. So yes, ultimately, let's ask this question: who do you want to see Bliss feud against then? If he's not Nia Jax.
Who better than Canyon? Shit, I don't even know. On Raw?
I don't even know who's on the Raw roster.
You got Mickey James.
I'd love to see that. They're friends. Let's break that up.
They did
Natalia.
that, though.
Twice.
I know, that's true. Okay.
And Natalia,
listen.
I don't think...
You're fine, Desi. You're just wrong. It's okay.
You look wrong, man. Booty Bliss. She got that booty.
But no, Natalia.
I don't think Natalia's that...
I think she's fine.
I mean, she's okay. She's fine. That's
She
what I mean.
needs to, though, really pull the cat thing into her thing. Like, at the end of the match, pull the cat out and make the cat win.
Okay, well...
Yeah,
I can't-
I'm out of people.
I can't...
The cat.
Rousey?
They'll get to that.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like,
We're just waiting.
that's
for
the
that to
only one I
happen.
can think of.
She's got a white girl booty,
She does have a
Desi.
booty. She has more of a booty than... I don't know about Mickey James. They probably have the same booty. She probably got a little
Ballpark,
bigger
yeah.
booty.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Riot Squad. I wish I could forget about them more.
You know,
Riot Squad? Maybe... What's her name? Ruby Riot? Maybe?
it'd be something
Wait.
different.
Bailey and
Riot.
Sasha?
We've
They're,
seen
they're,
it.
they're,
No, but they're on Raw too, right? I'm not crazy?
Yeah, but they're not being... I feel like they're kind of... They got the super high. Now they're kind of like back on the downward.
Yeah, I'm not saying either one of them should. I'm just like, I'm trying desperately to remember who the hell's on the Raw
But
roster.
I do agree with Noob and Co. I think Ruby Riot.
If anyone from the Riot Squad, it would have to be Ruby
Well,
Riot.
yeah.
Liv Morgan and
But I
Sarah
think it would be a
Logan would
good
be
thing-
terrible.
I think it would be a good thing to put Alexa Bliss against the Riot Squad. Not against the Riot Squad, but like in a feud with the Riot Squad.
Yeah, we said Mickey James.
I could see that, and then
they kind of build her a little like a little anti-hero.
Sure, it'd be better than what they have here.
Yeah.
So,
I can't get behind anything with the Riot Squad though. I hate that faction so much.
I hate the faction. I like Ruby Riot.
Sucks. But the thing is,
I don't like anything about them right now,
is
though.
Good material because you have options. There's
I'm not saying it can't do well for ratings. I'm saying it won't do shit for me.
Well, who knows what they're going to do for ratings? Because fun fact this week, I don't know if you guys know yet.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw had the lowest ratings in the history of the program.
Like ever?
Ever.
Wow.
Like 2.2.
Yeah.
2.2 million.
Well, that can't be the lowest. In the Monday Night Wars thing, they did the ratings thing, and I swear they were in the ones.
The article that I read in Bleacher Report said it was the lowest.
That could be.
So, unless I misread it or they misquoted it.
Maybe they just neglected to point out, but yeah.
The same article as me. So
I
I
heard it on a podcast.
Oh, gotcha. So
Raw just drew its lowest viewership ever, but blame cable news, not Roman Reigns.
No, it's fucking Roman Reigns. Shit's garbage. All right,
Anyway,
it's 2.4, which is funny because they actually brought up a fact. I was
There's
listening to
no
the rest.
fucking way 2.4 is the lowest ever.
I
I swear there's like a 1.8 in the history of it.
I was listening to the Wrestling Compadres podcast, and they mentioned that TNA's highest ever was 2.2.
Sure. So,
let's see. WWE's previous worst viewership episode ever came under similar circumstances at the hands of Trump, but this time it was for the first presidential debate, which was the most watched debate in U.S. history, with a staggering 80 million viewers. That night, the September 26th episode of Raw drew 2.478.
so wait, 80 million viewers, but poll turnout? Oh, yeah, I'm getting into politics on this show.
Yep. So Mondays was 2.470. The lowest before that was 2.78.
Freaking terrible. Thanks, Roman. Roman drains
The viewers.
Zing.
Anyways, our next match. AJ Styles defending his belt in a singles match. Not very extreme. Against Rusev.
Just to conclude the previous thing, because I have it in front of me now, Raw drew a 1.9 in September 95 during the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah,
So it's definitely, 2.4 is not the lowest ever. It's the lowest in the modern era.
It's probably modern, yeah.
I'm just going on with what I read.
No, and that's fine. I just, like, as soon as you guys said that, I was like, there's no way. Because I've been watching the Monday Night Wars recently.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's literally the only reason I knew that off the top of my head.
A quote.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Quote.
Styles Rusev. It's Styles.
I'm going to go the wild card here. I think Rusev will pull a win.
Think so?
I don't want it to because Rusev is garbage. Absolute garbage. Hot garbage. And I fucking hate his little mouthpiece, too.
I hate his mouthpiece.
Aiden English is the best part of the Rusev Day angle right now.
Oh, they're fucking god awful. He's annoying. He annoyed me.
Aiden English. If Aiden
Rusev
English
is terrible at
never
promo.
joined anything, like if I've never seen his face, I'd be okay.
The only time that Aiden English was acceptable was when he was with the Vaudevillains.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, he was only acceptable because of Simon Gotch.
Correct. Which fuck, that was a
Noob, you're on the majority on this one.
Yeah.
Eric and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Next.
You know, personally, I want AJ Styles, but I think if we have a wild card on this show, we see a surprise victory in Rusev. Does he hold it for long? No. But
He loses it the next Tuesday. Are you kidding me?
No, I don't think he would. I think the next Tuesday they would do a sort of promo like a Rusev Day celebration.
could you
And
imagine
AJ
the height
attacks
of
it.
Rusev carrying that belt into SummerSlam? Interesting. Something different.
Yeah, and then they could have that rematch at SummerSlam.
I'm not changing my vote, but I can see why you would think that.
Yeah.
I'm saying as a wild card here
Yeah,
because SmackDown tends to do these things.
Sure.
So
That's why they're the better show.
I don't want them to personally because, again, I don't like
But don't you
Rusev.
think
Yeah.
I think that'd be really interesting though for Rusev to win, and then I feel like it'd be cool to do like a Rusev Day celebration. He won the title, like there's like balloons and all this like stuff. Like Aiden English could sing the national anthem of Bulgaria or something. You know what I mean?
He's done that though with his feud with Cena.
But I mean like
in the United States.
But it wasn't Rusev Day.
No, but it was still minus Rusev Day the same thing what you're describing.
But I also feel like if you did it this time, you'd have AJ Styles at that second half to come in and attack him.
Sure. The fans would be all about it. They're behind him now, which
you could pull down the Rusev Day flag and have just a big Rusev face.
Anyway.
And then we have the lowest rated SmackDown in years. But let's go into the tag team match for the Raw titles. Woken.
I don't know how to feel about this one at all.
I love this.
I think the B team's going to take it.
I think they painted themselves into a corner. They have to give it to the B team at this point.
The B team is amazing. The booking they've been doing with this is brilliant. Curtis Axel is at his best when he's impersonating other people.
I know. It's really great.
That actually has been my favorite part of Raw every time they've been on, is watching them ape the
Deleters.
Deleters.
Do you remember years ago?
No.
Okay, well, when they were dressing up as like Hogan, and then they had to stop that because of Hogan being Hogan. Yeah, the fucking racist.
No, I was out at that point. I missed all of it.
He was at a hype, like for his character, and people were really into him. Same with Sandow when he was impersonating. That was like the height of his
Mizdow.
Mizdow was phenomenal.
Well, before even Mizdow, he was dressing up as other gimmicks and doing that every week. Again, these are like the best things that they've been doing. But
Noob, I want that to be the case. I do, because I think it's way too early to gank the belts off these guys.
They're not pulling the belts off.
Now that they've actually got momentum, but...
Well,
and that's what I meant going into this. I feel like they painted themselves into a corner. What do? You
make them lose because they're comic relief. They are filler talent. It's sad to say.
But they're undefeated to this point. Like, that's their gimmick right now.
That's why they'll lose.
I don't think so.
Or something will happen.
I don't think so. Maybe they'll win but won't get the belts. Maybe it'll be a DQ or something.
Sure. But they're not getting the belts.
So who do you think is going to actually win the match? Are you voting Deleters win, or are you voting B team wins but doesn't get the belt?
I'm voting that no matter what happens, Hardy might walk out with the belt.
But that's not answering his question.
Yeah, I know, because I don't know how to answer the question.
Eric, who wins?
The leaders of worlds.
So, another fun thing, if you don't know, which most people probably know if you're checking out this podcast or podcast, Bo Dallas, obviously, clearly the brother of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
The promo that he is dressing up as his brother and nailing it.
Missed all of that.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on a second.
See that? Oh, man.
No, because I watched it on Hulu. They cut
out all this stuff. And this is why I can't condone watching this on Hulu, because you miss this stuff.
You miss so much.
I get the big stuff and read the rest on Bleacher Report. I don't really.
This is
the only thing that I've missed.
Yeah, this is gold right here.
Yeah, it is. It is absolute fucking gold.
So cue that up. Watch that after our stream.
Yeah, seriously,
so,
dude.
We'll move on though. Our next match we have is Carmella defending the belt yet again versus Asuka. However, what?
It sounded like you said Asuka.
However, in this match,
I can't find it.
James Ellsworth will be suspended above the ring in a shark cage.
Yup.
So
I ain't mad at that.
Jafar, you were a noob. That's not very nice.
We move on. I don't care. I don't care about anything that has to do with James Ellsworth.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think Asuka's
Carmella, Asuka. You think?
Yeah.
Travis? Carmella retains?
You think so?
They just brought Ellsworth back. Would you have her lose the belt and then they're just wandering around with Ellsworth and Carmella?
Yep. Or she gets fed up with Ellsworth for costing her the belt or not helping her win the belt.
Not yet. They're not ready to do that. Because what did I say? They don't know how to pull the trigger when
I'm voting with Eric on this one. I vote Asuka.
Carmella retains.
I'm probably gonna. Let's go. Move on.
I agree with Noob here. Hopefully Asuka will win. I do like Carmella as champ, and I don't like Ellsworth back. But ultimately, if they brought him back, they're going to do something. No chin music. So yes, he's small enough he could sneak out.
Just right between the bars.
Well, just like Enzo.
Yep.
You're going to see the same thing. Do you remember Enzo in the shark cage?
Yep.
He snuck out. Yeah. So yeah, another weird booking.
Everything with the shark cage is a weird booking.
This match we don't even have to talk about because it's the Bludgeon Brothers defending their belts against Team Hell No, which is going to win the belts. Team Hell No is.
You think so?
I think so.
I know so.
Are we in agreement, or are you disagreeing?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm voting with him. It's Team Hell No. They're not bringing these two back together. And by the way, while we're talking about comedic bookings wrecking the monster persona, did you actually watch SmackDown?
Kane has been wrecked since he took off the mask and said, "Suck it." Okay?
Sure, but they're like, oh, it's a demon, and then he's quoting NSYNC lyrics.
We all know wrestling's fake, Rob.
It's real to me, damn it.
I'm just saying.
Even you said everyone remember Enzo. See? You got it. You remember.
I'm going to say Team Hell No just because.
Member berries.
Yeah. I think it makes the most sense.
I remember.
It's the only booking that makes sense.
Members.
I am so conflicted here for this next match.
It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a 30-minute one.
Seth Rollins is going to win it.
Yeah, but guess what? Anytime you have an Iron Man match, it's not done in 30 minutes. It's going to go 30 minutes, then it's going to go into overtime.
Yeah, because they're going to tie somehow.
They're going to tie down in the last minute. That's what happens.
Yeah,
Every Iron Man match.
I don't know who I want to win this, because Rollins has been an amazing champ, but don't cut the legs off Ziggler at this point in his push.
That's what they're great at. They're like, hey, Ziggler, why don't you go get a concussion after winning the belt? Okay, we're never going to book you in the main event again. Because that's what they did. I guarantee what they do every time Ziggler threatens to leave the company, they renegotiate a contract, all of a sudden he gets a small push and a belt, and then he gets thrown back into the mix again. Every time his contract comes up, this shit happens. Earlier this year, his contract was ending. That's why he was off TV for a while and had the whole no music thing and walked and abandoned the belt. That's why he lost it last time. Because his contract expired. They worked out a contract. They threw a bunch of fucking money at him. Guarantee he's one of the top 10 people paid on the roster. Guarantee. He's one of the most tenured on the roster, too. I mean,
not that he doesn't deserve it.
Nikki!
Exactly. I saw him 12 years ago at WrestleMania in the Spirit Squad.
Oh my god, I always forget about that.
Yeah, he was part
Always
of that.
forget about that.
So
nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that, Trevor. I think this is where we finally see Ambrose come back.
I don't think so.
He's due for a return.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't think it's now.
He's cleared now, isn't he?
No, not that I know.
Or he's close to.
He was at the NHL playoffs.
Does that have to do with anything? Did he try to get into a fight with the goalie? I mean, what is he, Brock Lesnar?
I could see, honestly, now that you say that, yeah, sure, to add intrigue to a return, have him return here.
Well, because you know it's not going to be
Have a
Reigns.
beatdown happen because an Iron Man match is, well, you can
Grueling.
DQ an Iron Man match because then you count.
Well, because it counts as a DQ counts as a loss, though.
Right. So you could have the whole conflict of Ziggler's like, stop getting involved.
You're costing me.
But McIntyre really is like, fuck it, no, I'm going to get involved. And then you could have him return to assist and pay it back. Or have him return, cost Seth the match, causing a feud for that return. To get him away from the IC belt.
And let Ziggler maintain his push.
Right.
So...
I mean, whether Ambrose comes back or not.
Sources say not to expect it anytime before SummerSlam. September seems more likely at this point.
Okay, so maybe he doesn't actually get directly involved in the match, but maybe he comes out in solidarity. You know what I mean? Like, he can't wrestle, but that doesn't mean he can't attack Drew McIntyre. It just means he can't take any bumps.
Yeah, but I feel like if they bring him back, they're going to want to use him in like tag team matches against both of them.
So don't put him in the match. Put him standing on the ropes.
That's dumb. When he comes back, you'll want to see him wrestle. That's why he'll get like such a big pop. Is because he's back.
Good
He's
chance.
returned.
They don't, for example, Carell's bad shame at having competed on SmackDown the past 3 months since finishing. I mean,
What?
Sure.
I think the delay is hitting us on this one.
Yeah.
No, but I think she has competed.
I thought so.
Yeah. I don't know. Ultimately, it goes into overtime, and I hope Ziggler wins.
Is that your vote?
My
Ziggler
vote
wins?
is Ziggler.
Okay.
Oh, it's Ziggler too. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Wait, for real?
What?
How did we all just agree on that? I didn't see that coming.
I mean, I want Seth Rollins to win, but
No, I know, but I
Travis
penciled
made
you
it.
guys. I penciled you both in as Rollins winning the way you were talking about it.
He made a good point.
So
My duck liver?
the snooze match.
Oh yeah, company sponsored nap time, y'all. This is gonna be a terrible match.
This match will be terrible. The promos have been terrible. Both these guys suck. Both these guys suck on the mic. It just sucks. This is a suck fest.
Can we just go? I don't
Extreme-
want to talk about this,
It's
man.
sucky. So sucky.
So who's your sucky vote?
I am not voting for this.
You have
Roman
to.
Reigns.
I'm Roman Reigns if I have to vote.
You know,
Sucky.
I don't want to, but I'm gonna go in with you guys on that one simply because I want to move on in the conversation. I don't foresee any good things coming out of this match. To those of you catching up due to the lag here, I apologize. We're moving straight away, but we don't give a shit about this match.
I don't care about this.
Feel free to chime in. Are you fucking for real right now?
Yeah, I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah, this match is mean. I don't like Jeff Hardy. You don't reward fucking DUI and drug people. Like, I'm sorry.
That, and he hasn't been as great as he has been since he came back.
Because he's hurt.
I
He's
know.
old. He can't put on the matches he used to. He's in desperate need of surgeries. And he needs to fucking go to rehab to stay clean.
I think they're going to drop the belt to Nakamura because he
That's what I
needs
was
some
gonna
kind of a push. And Hardy needs to get shelved. And then he'll come back with a new persona. He's already on the way. Maybe they'll bump him to Raw and hook him up with Bray and Matt. That's what I think is going to wind up happening
give the
here.
belt to Nakamura and let us go on to the next match because this is bleh.
I think it'll be a decent match, if for no other reason than because even though he can't do the high-flying stuff, he can still take the bumps.
Piss break. Another one.
Yes, seriously. So legit, who gives a shit about this? And I like Finn Balor, but I'm over Corbin. If you're going to make him the constable, just have him be back there with Kurt and shut the fuck up about it already.
Yep. Don't like him. He sucks. Finn Balor needs to
Finn
win
Balor's
this.
gonna
And
win.
honestly, since Finn Balor's returned from injury, I could give a shit less what they're doing to Finn Balor.
Yep, me too.
He's
Which makes me mad, too. It's another
uninteresting,
wasted...
and he should be on 205 Live.
Wow.
Which is sad to say. But it's
They're not doing anything with him interesting.
No.
Again, he's a victim
It's
of
wasted.
somebody who is
It's
more
absolutely
interesting
wasted.
in
NXT, yeah. And especially now that they've shelved the Demon.
Because they don't want to. They only want special events.
Well, he also said that, is that
Sure,
he only
that's
wants to
fine,
do that
that's
for whatever.
fine,
But I'm
but-
like... He's like, I read an interview where he's like, I like popping the collar and being the cool guy. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, but like your gimmick as the cool guy kind of sucks, buddy.
The only thing that he's doing well is for political
no contest for this match. Wasted talent. Agreed.
The political commentary for the all-inclusive thing is the only respectable thing that he's doing on the roster.
Yeah, and
And it
mad
sucks
props for
because
that,
of
for real.
That he can't join forces with the actual Bullet Club or the Ballot Club because of who he is as a person. It would not mesh with.
Well, I don't know, the whole Good Brothers thing I think would mesh with the Balor Club the way he's doing Balor now, because they're kind of leaning towards being.
Club.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like they could put them back together. What kills me is that they threw those dudes over onto SmackDown and gave us 2 nights where they teamed up with Styles, and then we're like, never mind.
Yep. And then, the last one that's been announced for this show.
Cage match?
Steel cage match between Strowman
Again,
and
I like don't care.
I want this to be more exciting than I think it's going to be. Because I like both of these guys, but against each other, not so much. Strowman can't do some of the weird shit that Owens wants to do. And I've come to respect Owens a lot since I started watching again. The little bits I saw here and there, I was like, this guy, why does everybody love Kevin Owens so much? But the more I've watched of him, the more I've been like, damn, this dude's actually pretty legit.
he can move for a big guy. And that's the thing. Both of these guys, I think they'll have some decent spots. Overall, this is not going to be a DVD like best of cage matches.
Oh
match.
shit, no.
But I'm gonna have to go with Braun Strowman here.
Me too.
You're not gonna
no question.
deflate the momentum of the Money in the Bank, and we sure ain't gonna get a cash in because the champion ain't on a fucking show. So that's not a thing. And that's what's really bad about this whole Money in the Bank thing. Unless you start making demands, Braun Strowman, Brock's just not gonna fucking show up. And how he shows up once every 5 weeks or once every 2 or 3 pay-per-views. So,
he hasn't been on anything in a month now,
so
right?
He won't show up because then we're like, oh, he's here. We're gonna get a cash in that night. But will we? Probably not. And then how do you book Brock into another rivalry when Braun wants the match? So why wouldn't you just book Braun in a rivalry against Brock? But that defeats the whole point of having a briefcase anyways then because it's supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah.
That's why he needs to come on every single week, make fucking demands that I have this guarantees a contract and you don't fucking show up, surrender the belt to me. That's how they need to book him.
Yeah.
Because
and he needs to say fucking.
Right. And that's Braun Strowman's character. He needs to make demands and not have comedic matches and tag team matches with 10-year-old little boys.
Oh, for some reason, I thought you were being sarcastic because, the other stars are smaller than him, but I totally forgot about that tag match.
Never forget Nicholas.
That was a ridiculous moment in time.
So that happened.
Is that it for everything?
Yeah, that's our prediction.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna wrap pretty much 10 o'clock on the nose.
Yeah.
Almost.
Hey, guys. It's this is a golf match.
Eric, no.
It's right on par.
Go fudge
Damn
yourself.
it, Eric.
Go fudge yourself.
What do you mean?
Why do you always tell these horrible jokes?
They're funny, dude.
Get a real sense of humor is trashed here.
Wow, that's really mean.
Tough love, man. Sometimes you gotta. Wow,
Fucking
with you,
dick.
really? With that?
Fucking dick.
I just,
What? Do you want me to leave?
if that's what you're gonna do,
Be a dick.
Fuck you guys. I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm out of this. I'm out of DNA. Fuck you, guys.
Touch and go. Touch and go.
Fuck you. I'm out.
whoa, hostility.
You know
Maybe.
What? You know what? Take me out of Nod too. You fucking assholes. No.
Wow.
You know what? No. I have an idea. Are you done? I'm pulling my camera back because I got a fucking idea.
A fucking idea?
I got a fucking idea. Take that away from me. If you listen to me,
Take
assholes,
that away from me.
Stop. Listen to me. I would hit that camera, but I know I was
You were about to yank my USB here.
I'm gonna yank you.
Listen. Gnaw. This Wednesday on Gnaw. You find someone. Put them against me. Winner stays in DNA. And you can replace me. You can replace me in this. Why are you shaking that?
Why are you
That's
shaking?
what WWE
man?
does when they had drama.
Oh yeah, they got the camera wiggle.
But you don't shake, the camera shakes.
So what do you think? I'll put up my DNA career. Eriikthedead will put up his DNA career. I am that confident.
In your terrible dad jokes?
You pretty much out of
Wow. All right, let's fucking do it then.
Eric the Dead's out of the stream already.
Fine. We're doing it.
Fuck it, we'll
See you fuckers.
do it live.
Fuckers unleashed.
And on that confusing and slightly terrifying note, down the stairs.
So we're having open casting couch. That sounded
No,
weird.
please rephrase that.
Let's try that again. We're having an open tryout. Is that better? We have an opening.
Oh God, it just gets worse.
I didn't even think of that. We have a spot.
If you want to try
where
to
you
fill
can
our opening,
we have a spot where you can fill.
you can follow us and make some suggestions on Twitter at
Because as you can see over
nerd_acumen.
Here we have a hole. We need you to fill it.
You can go post your comments on our Facebook page or group at facebook.com/doseofnerdacumen or groups/doseofnerdacumen. Come check us out on Instagram. You can actually see a post from last night that was both insight into nerd culture in
you
my
know what?
household.
You
And
tell those motherfuckers that they have to do a goddamn promo. Consider this my promo.
Okay, no, that's fair. It's a wrestling show, so let get back on camera. So we'll submit your promos to take over for Eriikthedead. We'll be accepting those again. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord. We have a Discord server, which I'll make sure the link for that is in the video description for this when it gets up to our YouTube for the archivings. And, of course, in the post where we share this out on Facebook and Twitter, we'll throw that in there.
Did you remove his name, too?
I did. Fuck him. He said Eriikthedead was out. Fuck him.
That is legit leaving the show.
I mean,
41
listen,
episodes.
don't talk shit to the producer. That's all I'm saying.
We've just seen a drama queen turn.
little breezy. Anyway,
And down the rabbit hole this show went.
so I hit everything, right?
Yep.
Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Instagram. What am I forgetting? Twitch, which we're on right now. Twitch.tv/doseofnerdacumen. And, of course, our archive can be found at youtube.com/doseofnerdacumen. And once this gets posted there, throw your stuff up there. What is happening? Can I... Anyway, Thanks for tuning in, guys. This was episode 41 of the Weekly Dosage, episode 4 of the 3 Second Tan. And one less camera portal for the show going forward, I guess.
We'll have Alex.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, until next time.
This has been the 2 Second Tan.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week.
Bye.